It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Amway Center in downtown Orlando, tonight the Orlando Magic getting set to match up with the New York Knicks. The opening tip won by the Magic, and we're underway on Church Street in downtown Orlando. To Aaron Gordon. Nothing going here on that drive. Fournier to Vucevic. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Knicks with the basketball. Jay, the Knicks searched long and hard for their next head coach. They chose David Fizdale. Why was this the right choice?
Well, first off, he's a two-time NBA champion as assistant coach with D. Wade and LeBron James from Miami Heat. And I got some time to spend with him down in Miami at D. Wade's fantasy camp. He is hard and very stern, but it comes from a brotherly place. His ability to build the right culture in New York will be imperative, but it all starts with that kind of teaching.
Smith into the front court, trailing by 4. Here comes the screen. To Monroe, around the perimeter. Aaron Gordon, snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
This has been a good first quarter for him so far. That wasn't an easy shot, but he was able to knock it down and add to their lead.
To Monroe. He gets it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Fournier throws it up. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Evan Fournier. New York Knicks basketball. Smith to Julius Randle. Surveys the floor. Screen coming. To Julius Randle. Big finish that time for Julius Randle. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Nice pass to set things up.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Down to Randle, to Monroe. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Augustine with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Smith with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Won't go down. Defenders lucky he wasn't called. Isaac to Gordon. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
New York in control of the basketball. Down low to Monroe. To Julius Randle. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Vucevic. Isaac. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Dennis Smith Jr. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. And he finishes at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Nikola Vucevic. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Fournier to Vucevic. Driving right to the basket. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Possession lies with New York. Here comes the screen. To Julius Randle. And scores.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
In the front court, it's Augustine. Leads 3. Isaac to Vucevic. Short jumper won't go down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Here comes the screen. Smith. To Monroe. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Dennis Smith Jr. New York with 4 to shoot. To Monroe. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Isaac. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Dennis Smith Jr. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions, New York.
That ball's out.
Subbing in for the New York Knicks, number 13. Subbing in for the Orlando Magic, number 13.
To Monroe. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look. Won't go. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Knicks have the lead. About to start the second quarter. Both teams very productive offensive.
Substitutions, Orlando. Into the game, number 13.
Fultz. Tough make through traffic.
and the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Randall. Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Pick up. Sexton. Here comes the screen. To Julius Randle. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Randall. Grant with the basketball. Trailing by 11. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Fires the three, cleans it up. The follow won't go either. Can't connect. To Colin Sexton. Aaron Gordon, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And finishes strong.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
The possession lies with New York. To Colin Sexton. To Julius Randle. Aaron Gordon swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Wes Iwundu at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 72%. First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Nothing going here on that drive. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. 4-3. Can't connect. Magic have it. To Vucevic. Scores from the post. To Marcus Morris. They go down low to Randall. No good and no foul. Augustine with it up top. They're down 3. Screen coming. To Vucevic. Gets to the basket and scores. Now the coach of the Knicks going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game.
An effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. What I like about this team is that they continue to execute. As a coach, we used to talk about it all the time. I would hear it every single day. Execute, execute, execute. Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Lets it fly from beyond the arc.
DJ Augustine.
First one, count it. It's a second. One more coming. Perfect from the line. It's all three of them.
Ooh, I like that.
Orlando has it. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Colin Sexton. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. The Magic with the rebound. Gordon.
In the second quarter.
To Fournier. Going a launch beyond the arc. And Evan Fournier, tough make that time. Can't really fault the defender.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
To Julius Randle.
Come on, you're right. Come on, you're right.
To Marcus Morris.
Watch the cutter, watch the
Shot
cutter,
clock
watch the
winding
cutter.
down.
Side up.
Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Here's Orlando with the basketball. Nikola Vucevic tips it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Into the front court comes Smith. His guys now trailing by a point. Here comes the screen. To Julius Randle. New York with 4 to shoot. Randle's shot off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
And a chance coming up at the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Oops, he missed the first one. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Smith with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Here comes the screen.
Don't even play with him. You see, he can't
To
watch
Monroe. Jonathan Isaac with a beat. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D. Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Knicks with 4 to shoot. 24-second violation.
For the Knicks.
That's me. I got ball. D up, baby.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Marcus Morris. That pass stolen by Orlando.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
To Fournier. To Vucevic. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover.
What's that cutter? What's that cutter? What's the cutter? What's the cutter?
To Dennis Smith Jr.
Watch that back door. The rebound.
Rebound pulled in by Gordon. It's Orlando's ball.
I got this play on this guy.
Greg Monroe able to recover with the block.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
I'm here. I got ball.
To Aaron Gordon.
Hey, coming left.
To Vucevic. Off the assist.
Shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Julius Randle. Jonathan Isaac with the block. Augustine with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. And count the basket. Timeout here for the Knicks as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 9, Andre Iguodala.
Now a steal as the Magic have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Monroe. Oh, he had it. Jonathan Isaac matched up with Iguodala. To Fournier. Knicks come away with it. Smith to Monroe. Big finish at the rim.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Magic own the possession. Isaac to Vucevic. Not that time. To Dennis Smith Jr. And he's going to the line to shoot.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Team foul number 1 for New York.
Dennis Smith Jr. Couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 69% at the line. Misses the first. No good. Missed them both. Rebound taken by the Knicks. Smith now into the front court. The deficit is 6. Rises for the slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Magic basketball. To Gordon. Sizing up the defense. Isaac to Aaron Gordon. Not that time.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter,
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
it's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here comes the screen. For three, and the rebound taken by Iguodala. That pass stolen by Orlando. Isaac to Vucevic. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
To the line, shooting two.
And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Nothing going here on that drive. Smith. New York with 4 to shoot. Doesn't get the bounce. In the front court, it's Augustine. Leads 3 to Gordon. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Goaltending's called. Count the bucket. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Substitutions. Orlando.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. The pass set it all up.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on a swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
My ball.
Markelle Fultz. To Vucevic. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Nikola Vucevic. He's got 2 shots coming, shooting 80% in this contest. First try at the line, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip.
Here we go.
Here comes the screen.
Right.
Down low for Gibson. Taj Gibson looking good. 4 for 5.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
Terrence Ross against the former Finals MVP. Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Taj Gibson. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Fultz into the front court. Up by 3. To Vucevic. Has a look. Off the mark. Iguodala to bring it up. Looking to make something happen. Now a steal as the Magic have it. Markelle Fultz. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Here comes the screen. Orlando ball. Has a chance. Aminu with a shot that's off. Iguodala to bring it up. The deficit now up to 5.
On your left, here he comes.
To Gibson. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Taj Gibson at the line for 2 shots. A career 70% free throw shooter. First try, no good. Misses the second as well. Calls it a...
Substitutions, New York. Entering the game for the number 00, Aaron.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Deep left corner. Here comes the screen. 5 on the shot clock to Monroe. Nikola Vucevic sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Marcus Morris. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Monroe. Knocked loose. Magic hat. To Vucevic. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Terrence Ross, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 79% at the line. Can't connect on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. Smith. To Marcus Morris. Down low to Monroe. Ah, rocking the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Augustine with it up top. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. They work it down to Gordon. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
To Dennis Smith Jr. To Marcus Morris. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Marcus Morris trying to cash in on the 3-point play. For his career, 73%. The free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. And the lead is up to 9. Magic have it.
Hands up, hands up.
To Vucevic. The Magic with 4 to shoot. And the rebound taken in by Smith.
Defense, let's go. Right.
To Monroe. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Augustine with the basketball. His guy's down 11. Short jumper misses. Knicks with the basketball. To Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. That ball's out of bounds. Last touch by a Magic. It'll stay New York basketball. Smith.
Got to get through this screen.
Knicks with 4 to shoot to Monroe. Dennis Smith Jr. Deep 2 there. Won't go. In the front court, it's Augustine. Down 11. It was right there. Over to the right side. Smith. Here comes the screen. To Dennis Smith Jr. Nothing going here on that drive. Magic have it. Deep right corner from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Augustine with it up top. The deficit now up to 13. Gordon goes to the right side. To Aaron Gordon. Counted.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Smith into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Monroe. Short jumper off the mark.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Long heave from 3/4 court. It's a victory for the Knicks as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks took this down to the wire before getting the win. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised the Knicks got their points scoring from these guys on screen. Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was gold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.